Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today's Saturday and it's March the 16th, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets, so you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And our story today takes us to the city of Wilmington here in North Carolina. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, North Carolina woman suffocates two babies in 1 year, now charged with manslaughter. I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll place links to a few of the full articles in the description box. So this video is about another parenting mishap that resulted in the death of not one but two very young children, and it happened to the same mother approximately 12 months apart. The first instance, it was considered a mishap, but with the second death, law enforcement officials felt compelled to file charges against that mother. So we'll talk about this unfortunate incident first, and we'll end with another teachable moment. Our focus today is on 24-year-old Mackenzie Reed, a mother of five living in Wilmington, North Carolina. She was recently charged by the Hanover County District Attorney after the sheriff's office completed a month-long investigation into a recent death at her home. Police say she suffocated her baby while she was sleeping, and since this happened more than once, she obviously did not learn anything from the first experience, and hence a serious set of charges that could very well result in a lengthy jail sentence. And this is what has been reported about this case. Back on the morning of October the 3rd, 2023, at approximately 2 a.m., police received a distress call from a family in Wilmington notifying them that a baby was not breathing. When emergency responders arrived on the scene, they found an infant male who was unconscious and not breathing. Unfortunately, despite all of the efforts by first responders, they were unable to resuscitate the child, and he was pronounced deceased. And of course, an investigation was warranted to gain a better understanding of why this baby died. And during the month-long investigation, police discovered that the child was sleeping in the same bed with the mother, and at some point during the night, she suffocated the child. It may not have been an intentional act, we don't know that, but what we do know is that the child suffocated while he was in bed with the mother, and she allegedly was asleep when it all happened. It was reported that the child, who is a twin, apparently had a bit of a cold, and that's probably why he was in bed with the mom. I don't know, I'm making that assumption. They say the dad woke up during the night because the other twin was crying, and the reports say he found his child lying face down with his face pressed into a blanket on the right side of his mother. Now, there were a few reports that suggested that Mackenzie Reed may have had an ongoing drug problem, and it was alleged that she had consumed drugs before going to bed with her infant the night before he died. I saw this reference in two different sources, and this is exactly what was reported. It was stated the police report alleged the mother was smoking THC and using THC gummies during the day and evening on October the 2nd, 2023, in the hours leading up to the child's death, the newspaper reported. Now, they obviously are asserting that that information came from the police report, and since I did not see the police report, I am going to say allegedly. Now, after the death of her first infant child, Mackenzie Reed was not charged. The district attorney's office say they did not have enough evidence to prosecute, and by all accounts, the death was considered an accidental suffocation. That's what it was called. There was no evidence of malicious intent. It appeared the police considered it an accident. But after the death of the second child, at the completion of that 1 month long investigation, police decided two deaths happening the same way in such a short span of time was simply too much to ignore. The district attorney decided to bring charges against her, And I don't really believe they had a choice. She was charged with felony child abuse, serious injury, involuntary manslaughter, child abuse, neglect, serious physical injury. She was arrested and she was assigned a bond of $500,000. I know two precious lives were lost, but there's nothing that we can do that would bring those two babies back. They're already gone. But maybe, just maybe, we can educate our community, hoping the information just might prevent another death. And health experts are now spreading the word about the dangers of co-sleeping, and hence our teachable moment for today. So, the American Academy of Pediatrics is reporting that over 3,500 infants die from this type of co-sleeping arrangements every year, and it's a practice they do not recommend. And here's their position. Experts recommend that parents sleep with the child in the room for the first 6 months, but not in the same bed. Keep the child in the room where you can keep an eye on your baby, but don't have the baby sleeping in the bed with you. And that should be easy to understand. The parents could easily fall asleep and end up suffocating the child. Hello, it's happened at least 3,500 times every year. The Academy recommends the use of bassinets and cribs, but without soft toys, pillows, and blankets for obvious reason again, because any type of soft bedding could cause a child to suffocate. So the key message takeaway from this situation is that co-sleeping places your infants at risk, and it's essentially creating an unsafe environment for the young baby. Now, before we go, I have a pressing question. Now, do you think that sending this mother to jail is really the best solution? I agree she's been very negligent, and her negligence resulted in the deaths of not one but two very young children in a very short time span. But we really do not have all of the information about this mom and her abilities. And it's also unknown if she's ever had any type of parenting classes. Don't assume that just because she's a mom, she has children that she understands how to take care of them. That's not necessarily true. But you have to admit that sleeping with two babies and suffocating them is not a normal act. This is not something that a normal person would do. So there has to be something wrong mentally with this mom. And I have to say allegedly because I don't know that to be true. I saw reference made to her husband, so apparently she's married, so hopefully there's some type of support system in the home. But as long as drug use was not a contributing factor, I'm not sure that locking her up for a few years will be the best solution. Being an unfit mother doesn't really mean you need to go to jail. I understand there need to be consequences because two babies are dead. But if in the absence of drug use, why don't we consider putting her on probation, consider other alternatives other than prison, and maybe remove the other children from the home or something to that effect. Now, she already contributed to two deaths. I don't think you can trust her around babies, and you sure can't tell her she can't have any more children in the future. I don't think that you can. But maybe you can take actions to ensure that going forward, the remaining children are in a safe or safer home environment. That's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And of course, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks just like this one, that's the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.